That confirmed.
That's quick
and we
math.
didn't. We haven't even celebrated that. That was like you sent us a text message of the screenshot one night. We're like, oh, we hit 2 million, and then we went to bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. This is a little internal life update from the Conquer team here, where we're gonna raw dog it, aren't we?
Ladies and gentlemen. I feel like that's so formal. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I love it. I love
welcome.
it.
I think it's great.
It is great. I love it.
You know,
I
it's
think it's
respectful.
great. And
It
I
is
think
respectful people.
exactly we are. We thought we'd do a life update, and the reason being, I think that the last 12 months in particular, I almost think last 18 months, I feel like so much has happened in our life, and even at the time of recording this, Chris and I got married almost 7 weeks ago now, and the three of us, Eric included, it's like we're referring to time as before the wedding and after the wedding.
Yeah.
Somehow Eric's been roped into this.
Well, if anyone is getting...
It was a big deal. I had to put up with the stress secondhand from you guys.
But the whole
My sister
family's
was getting
involved.
married,
The whole
you know.
family's involved.
It was a big day.
Yeah.
And, it's a
Big
big
event.
day, international, family coming from overseas and everything. And so much has happened during this time. Like, if we think about... Right now, we're in Bali. We found this little studio and we're like, hell, let's do a podcast. And I just want to say the last time we were in Bali was last year, November. We had just been traveling for 3
Gallivanting.
months.
We decided to come here.
Gallivanting Europe
Yeah.
for 3 months.
And we decided to come here for like a bit of a business retreat and a little bit of like just relax and like rejuvenate and start thinking about the next steps for our
We
businesses.
actually decided in Bali last year, we decided in Europe, in Poland, we're like, all right, let's do the Conquer 2.0
That's
program.
right.
Let's create it. Then we were like, all right, let's go to Bali.
Update. Let's put a few updates.
We were like, let's update it. We're like, all right, let's go to Bali and we'll be there for 2 weeks and we'll finish it in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We're like,
We'll
just lock in
only
and
lock
2
in.
weeks, just like...
Yeah.
And we did lock in.
We locked in. It's just
Not enough,
in terms
apparently.
of time. So this
We locked in too much.
this was November 2023.
I was locked in my room with diarrhea.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely.
Bali belly.
You did
Bali
lock
belly.
in. You locked in pretty hard. Probably
Yeah,
too
I was
hard.
as locked in as could be.
Circle back. This was November 2023. Right now we're sitting here and it is the beginning of August 2024.
Yeah.
It's been a year, basically. 10
We
months.
we don't
have
fluff
just
about.
finished this 2 week.
So what we thought would take 2
2-week
weeks has ended up being
revision.
10 months.
But what's the reasoning behind that? Because we started
the
unpacking it
reasoning
and then we
behind
were
that
like,
is creating the best
Yeah,
goddamn Amazon Australia program ever created on planet Earth, ever. The most comprehensive, the most up-to-date, the most just like potent, saucy program
we
ever
had a
created.
good program. We had a good program, but then when we started unpacking it, and Amazon changes all the time. Everything's changing, and we're like, we started here, and you start pulling that thread at one video, and then you start pulling a thread at the next video, and then we're looking back, and we're like, let's just record all of them, and then we just got into it.
What I do actually want to point out, and I think is a very significant thing, and I do want to have a little bit of a brag, because I think that... in our team successes, we don't, we get to a goal and we're like, yes, we made it, and then quickly get to the next one, and you don't kind of sit in it. So if you've been following us for a while, you may have seen that when we were in Bali last year, we hit $1 million with our Prodigy X brand. So
Our brand
it was
hit $1 million in, that was in, I think, it was less than a year.
It was 10 months, I think.
No, because the brand launched in March and that was in November. So it was 7 months? It was about 7 months.
I give it, that's not the right math. Anyway,
Yeah,
it was
January, from March, April, May, June, July, August, November.
September.
Six.
Oh, no, you missed 2 months.
hey, the $1 million counts it on the app. You can't get that wrong.
Anyway,
there was no
we hit-
calculations on that one. There was calculations set on the phone. Millie, we weren't adding this up ourselves.
So we hit $1 million in that time.
And that was a huge achievement.
Yeah.
Huge achievement. Now in July, in July we hit 2 million,
Yeah.
which was awesome, and we
In a year. That's
Yeah.
2 million in a year.
In a
we can
year.
confirm.
that confirmed.
That's quick
and we
math.
didn't. We haven't even celebrated that. That was like you sent us a text message of the screenshot one night. We're like, oh, we hit 2 million, and then we went to bed.
Yeah.
So, but the point I'm bringing this up is that that's what we've done. Why creating this new rendition of the course? We've made $1 million, and all of the strategies that we have used to make that have been put into the course now, into our academy. That's why it's taken us so long.
Step by step too, and like
we've really broken it down into like the most intricate of details, and going by like pure results from product after product after product of just being like
the rigorous
this
testing
works in Australia, and then making this.
We had Wendy write in the Facebook group yesterday. She's like, wow, like the 2.0 program compared to the 1.0 program is like levels better. I've already found 5 products that I'm going to launch and sell straight away, ready to go.
And we
she wrote that yesterday.
And we had successful students already in the first program, and now they're just like taking their base knowledge and then just taking it to another level now.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It's so exciting to see. We had Troy the other day who just sold out like just in the middle of Prime Week.
1.6K in a day.
Yeah.
With 30% profit, and then he did $10,000 in less than a month.
Yeah.
Because he ran out of stock because his product was selling so well.
Just absolutely smashed it. And there's other students also.
Ran out of stock. Better way to say it is he sold out. Customers bought his stuff. He sold out.
Cash,
and that happened with Virginia as well during Prime Day. She had her stock ready. She was working on her inventory management. Amazon just hadn't checked it in yet. And again, during Prime Day, sold out.
These are good growth pains.
Like that's
selling out. It's a growth pain.
And
now
we've all been
Amazon
there.
sellers.
Yeah. It's actually the best problem to have. Because it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Because you're like, I was making money and now I'm not, and I'm annoyed because I'm losing sales. But then you're like, wait a second, my product is doing so well that it's sold out.
Yeah. Do you know the best thing about it? When I was talking to Troy about it, he was just like the energy and excitement, because he's just like, this is his second product, and he sold his first product out as well, but he was just like, wow, like he could see the numbers, and he's like, I can see now what you guys have all been teaching me, that what's possible. Like I can see this firsthand, because it's just his numbers were like this, and he's like, I need to reorder. Like he was excited, excited.
He now sees the power of like when you get Amazon right, the velocity, the speed in which your sales can just explode.
Yeah. Especially on Amazon Australia. Because you can just
with the
literally
growth.
You can just kill the competition when you get it right.
But look, that's the program, and that's one of the things we've been up to. But what else have we been up to? What else
have we been up to? Well, as I was
other than
gallivanting again.
So we got married. So we had time. We really locked in. The first 6 months of this year, we were locking in, and at the time, if I refer to Bali in November, we had 2 products.
I think we were selling the OG ice bath, and we had the
Just
Recovery Pro.
Just dropping the Recovery Pro. Only a month or 2 in, maybe.
Yeah,
we dropped the Recovery Pro when we were in Porto.
Yeah.
Which was
so about a month in, maybe month and a half in, 6 weeks. That was only in one marketplace. So since then
it was 2 products. Now we have like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
we got a lot of products. We're in more marketplaces. I think we should
go into it a little bit more.
No, I'll go in, like right now. It's what month is it? We just went. It's August 5th today, right?
Yeah.
But last month we did $320,000 in sales
globally. Yeah.
Globally, we made. I'm just gonna say we made $60,000 profit net for the month last month.
That's not even including our website.
That's just
Isn't
on
it?
Amazon.
No, I think that was just Amazon.
I took it off our P&L. It is with the website too. Okay. So we're including the website, but I don't think maybe it's not completely up to date, because some of the website products
are still coming in.
But anyway,
later.
Yeah. I mean, look, regardless, like about $320,000, about $60,000 net profit for the month. Like it's
phenomenal.
July, you know, and this is heating up now into Q4. So
we're building.
We're building, but also we're thinking about an exit, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking about an exit.
We've been heads down, like building Prodigy and building Conquer again, and it's been a lot. Like it's been a busy period. It's been a very busy period. But we've been building. We've always had the idea of We've always had the idea of selling the business. It's always been there. But now we're taking it really seriously.
There's a great book.
Yeah.
Built to Sell, John Warrillow.
But basically, it's in the back of our mind always. That's why we're doing Amazon, to build the business, sell the business, and then you can go again. That's the good thing about Amazon. You can
we already know what we're going to do next too.
Yeah.
Just depends once we sell how quickly we want to get straight into it. But I mean,
we're having the conversation.
We love it, so it's what we do.
And we feel like it's the right time now. We've had the conversation, but we're not just let's sell. We're now planning to sell, which involves making sure we continue to grow the business, making sure we have everything ready and all the systems, and It's exciting.
We've got targets to hit.
Maybe
targets to hit.
like break it down a little bit, because I feel like maybe talking about an exit, obviously it's quite advanced when people are just
What is
starting
an
out.
exit?
Exactly, what is an exit?
Yeah.
But I also think, well, firstly, what is an exit? An exit is that we're selling our business. So
Selling the
the
business.
awesome thing about creating an Amazon, and specifically an Amazon FBA business, which our brand was based on, Prodigy X, is that you are creating a tangible, sellable business.
Yeah.
Like
Which we've done before.
You own the
we've
trademark.
nature.
You own the products. You're not just unlike dropshipping where you're just shipping them from the supplier. You
That's
own
right.
everything. You have all the assets, and then you can sell that to someone who wants to purchase those assets.
That's right. So that's what we're talking about. And I guess what I think we've had a lot of conversations about this in recent times, and I think it would be interesting to share is why are we talking about an exit now? Because I think that business, there's a lot of seasons in business. There are seasons where everything is like, yes, 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 go, 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 loving life. This is like, and then there's other times where you can feel burnt out. You're like, it's kind of sucky. Like, I don't like this. Because I don't want anyone to think that having an Amazon business and making money and it working out, it's fucking awesome, and it has so many rewards in terms of the life that you can create. But we're not going to sit and pretend here that every single element of running a business generally is all, rainbows and butterflies, because it ain't, and nothing is. But I do think it is quite an interesting question in terms of asking the both of you to share with our audience of like the different seasons of business and why we are talking about exit.
So it's like, why do we want to sell it now?
Yeah, because Prodigy X, if it launched last year, which seems like 50 years ago now. Like
March 16, baby. First sales.
March 16th, 2023.
3.
Like that seems like a lifetime ago. Like I can't even remember before.
Okay, so first things first.
Like it's...
To sell a business, you need at least 12 months of sales data.
Yeah.
Because how is a business actually like evaluated? It's evaluated on the profit that the business makes for a year, for 12 months. So let's say your business makes, for the sake of easy maths, $1,000 profit every single month for a year. That's $12,000 profit, right? And then there's something called a multiplier, which is like a industry term for like you times basically the profit that the business made in the year times the number to work out its value.
Yeah.
And a usual number that you want to times by that's kind of normal in like the Amazon e-com sphere is anywhere from 2 to about 5x.
Yeah.
We're personally aiming for a 4x exit as our business is really solid. So something that's also then attractive for someone buying a business like this is a little bit of diversification. And we're so diversified in that we sell so many products. So that's diversification. We're not just relying on one product. So if one product goes down, doesn't really matter. We have all these other products making money. It's one thing. Marketplaces. We started off in just Australia, but now we're international. So let's say that USA goes down, Australia goes down, or somewhere else goes down. Other marketplaces are still making up that money, so it's safer, right? It's safer for someone to purchase. And then also like a Shopify website. So if Amazon isn't firing, then Shopify's there, and Shopify can grow. And guys, by the way, this is super advanced stuff, right? Like this is like, we're talking about a multi-million-dollar a year business. But as you have your Amazon Australia business, you have one product, then you have 2 products, and you have 3 products. Then you're advanced. You might want to start pushing your products into Canada or USA or Europe, and then it snowballs. It's an aggressive snowball.
And this is why we teach to create a brand.
I really want to stop like what you just said then, and just go over that, because it's a really valid point for people selling on Amazon Australia right now. Eric was saying that the business will multiply the value by the more products, and you talked about how profit 1K a month for 12 months, you get 12 months. But if you made 10K in the first month and then only $200 the following month, your business isn't going to be valued at what that 12K is, because you're no longer making profit anymore. So by adding more products, you're adding more revenues where you can make more avenues where you can make more revenue and build those profits up in different ways. And we talk about this all the time. Amazon Australia, start with one product, make 1, 2, 3K a month. Then once you got that going successfully and it's running smoothly, drop another product,
and I just
drop
want
a
to
third
also touch
product,
on that.
And that quickly multiplies to 9K a month.
1K a month profit on your first product in Amazon Australia is a phenomenal achievement.
Yeah.
It's overlooked because everyone's always talking about, and like I just said, we made 60K. We've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
We've been blood, sweat, and tears into this craft for years. And like, we've been doing this for a long time to get to this level.
Yeah.
We started out making $1,000 a month. And that's realistically what it was like, and it was fantastic.
But do the maths. It's so simple. If you sell one product that makes 1K a month, and then you drop another product 2 months later, and another product 2 months later, that's 3K in 6 months of profit. It quickly adds up. It really adds up, and you've got a really profitable business that's making more money than your 9-to-5 job. Like, it can happen that quickly.
Yeah, it can happen very quickly.
And how good is that feeling when it does happen?
What was your question?
My question was,
Did we answer it, or did we just go start?
Some of the things that we're like going through with everything.
I want to I'll change my question. My question is, maybe we're talking about exit, right? But why are we talking about exit? Obviously, because we've created an epic business.
The reasons why we want to get out.
Yeah. Why do we? Why if someone goes like,
the timing now. Yeah, that's a great question.
And it's a hard one because we love the brand.
Exactly right. We love the brand, but we've sold a brand before, Golden Nature, when we were selling memory fruit baskets, our very first brand. And we made a mistake because we sold that brand after its peak. You had a peak during COVID where sales were going really good. There was low competition. Everything's going fantastic. And we rode it. And then over time, more competition came in. Maybe we got a little bit lazy. We didn't launch more products. We didn't do all the stuff that we're doing now. And it started going down. And sales started going down. And profit started going down. Now, just to take one step back, there's a book called Built to Sell by John Warrillow. And when I learned about Amazon, I always learned that every single business should be built to sell. A business should be built to sell. That's how you make real money. You build a business, a real tangible business, like Veronica was saying, for a lot of money. You sell it, you get a whole bunch of cash, and then you can start putting cash into other things. From high risk, which is business, into low risk, which is typically real estate, land, etc., and investment, stuff like that. That's a big overall strategy, right? And that's always what was in my mind. So we always had the intention to sell the business, but we sold it too late and we didn't get as much money as we should have for that business compared to what we could have at the peak. And that's a lesson learned. And I guess you learn from your lessons, right? So this time around, we're like, everything is growing. Everything is going fantastically well, but we're also not silly. And we also learn from our mistakes, and we're also aware that competition can come in. People can start, and this has happened several times, stealing your photos. Doing, there's some dirty tactics and stuff. And there's a point where if everything's growing month on month and year on year, as it is now, we're going to have 2 years of historical data of just pure growth. That is very attractive for an acquirer, right? Because if you see the graph, it's just upwards. And we can see, we have a target too. And that's another important thing. We've set a target. We want to make however many millions, and we want to sell it for that. If we think that it's worth that, then it would be worth selling the business for that. So there's a few things to consider there. Firstly, is it an attractive time for a purchaser? So you have to also be aware of a purchase, and it's a mindset. It's a mindset of building a business with the intention to sell, with the purchaser in mind to start. And then also the growth of the business itself. Is it growing parabolically? If it's looking attractive, then do you want to sell it at that peak?
I think another thing to add to it as well, because we're talking, the question was like, what are the reasons as well? We're at the capacity right now where for us to continue growing at this rate we're going, we'll have to start expanding the team even more. Like we've already started having like an assistant who comes and does tasks, but the amount to grow this to the next level would take a much larger team and hiring. And we're like at the point where like, okay, we love this brand, but we got other ideas in our mind, and we could just sell that, use this money to start our new venture. And we don't have to invest in training and building this out to this 20-person team or whatever, where it could easily get to in the next year or two.
And it comes down to like knowing what your strengths are in business, in an Amazon business, and what you enjoy doing. Like I really enjoy starting a brand, launching products, validating a product, creating something cool. Like that is like euphoric for me. Like I love the creation process. It's exciting. It's fun. I get to create something and then show it to people, and then it's validated by them purchasing and money. It's the coolest thing ever. But I don't like doing back-end stuff in business. I despise like anything to do with tax and PPC and monitoring and stuff like that. It's just like I've done it, I do it, and I learned it. But I learned also that I'm like, that stuff makes me feel like depressed. Like, it's so bland. It's black and white. I like color.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But that's fine. That's just like me knowing what I'm good at and what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. Whereas Chris loves the data analysis. You love the PPC. You love looking at the data. It's like a game for you when you're like, we can look at this data, we can analyze it. And because of this, we can make this change that equals this money. Yeah. Which is like a game, which is cool, right?
And we've had the discussions, like I can see what we need to do to get to the next level, and we're like, well, that's maybe now we've considered, and we're going to do it.
And getting to the point, we don't enjoy management, do we?
That's right, and that's what I was getting at with the different seasons in business. So you guys are here, if you're in our academy, you're at the beginning of the season where it's like you're learning, that's number one, so everything feels a little bit more difficult because you're like, what the hell is going on? But with our academy, it's nice and smooth, obviously. But you're learning, right? And you're going through this creation process of basically what Eric said that he loves. The launch bit is what Eric thrives on, right? And then you'll move on to the monitoring and advanced program, and that's where Chris thrives in terms of managing, monitoring, okay, how can we make this better? However, as our business grows and grows, obviously we can only do so many tasks. And now we're at a stage where like, are we hiring? We were thinking about getting a warehouse, and that idea still like excites us. And then like, then we want to travel. And then, so it's like, also, does our business match? Like, we've created our lifestyle right now. Like, we've basically, in 2022 November, we moved out of our Meriton apartment, sold our furniture, and we've been literally traveling ever since. Like, we've had the freedom to be able to do that, which is awesome. So, and now if our business starts impeding on the type of lifestyle that we want to have, then we have to kind of reassess our priorities, be like, hang on a second, why are we doing this again? Like, why do we want to stay home and be miserable doing tasks that we don't like when we're literally our own bosses? We're not doing this for anyone else. And it's, as I said, like, we love the brand, and the brand is very much tied into our identity. We all prioritize our health and fitness, but in terms of like business and what we want from it, it's kind of like we are considering, has that come to an end? So we can get that check and then start a new project that again ignites us, inspires us, and challenges us in different ways as well.
Yeah. And we just had a conversation, didn't we? We just had a check-in, and we were like, hey, like, how are we feeling about this? What do we want to do? What's our future look like? And we really just, as a team, came to the conclusion that it's time to sell. We want that check.
Yeah. We want that
check.
That feeling as well, because we obviously we all work very hard, and just, getting that payout and then being like, hey, have that little breathing space to move on to the next thing that excites us. And we're still excited by this. But it's like after working, you want that real good reward. And we can see that reward there, and we have that opportunity because of the systems and everything we've built in the last few years.
Yeah.
And now we know now we've got the winning sauce, which we give you the winning sauce, by the way, guys. You guys are getting the sauce.
Oh my goodness.
You can rinse and repeat. What we've realized and we've seen now is that
is the sauce.
Amazon is like rinse and repeat. You get good at it, you rinse and repeat. You get good at it, rinse it, you do it again. Sell, do it again, sell, do it again, sell. And you can continue to do this. And like, trends come and go, but you can create products and brands that have different products in it that trending up and down, and you can sell these brands, and then you can rinse and repeat and do it again.
And we're going to be kind of documenting the whole process of from conceptualizing the sale, what we need to do, and into actually like, what are we doing to prep the business? What are we doing to actually find people that want to buy the business, and actually selling the business. And something to touch on, because I bet a question would be, and someone actually asked me this today, it's like, how do you sell an Amazon business? Like, what? Like, for 4x your profit? Like, who would want to buy that? Where? Like, how does that work, right? Well, maybe, Chris, I'll give this over to you. Maybe just started with who would want to buy an Amazon business.
Well, there's big, large corporations that just want to acquire other brands. Like, if they can add an extra like 30, 40K, 50K a month, or even like less to their ongoing huge venture, they'll just take it on because it's already existing. Yeah. You have the clientele, you have the business, you have the runs on the board. They're just going to pick it up, throw some more money into it, and away it goes.
So basically, there's these businesses like you're talking about.
There are aggregators.
They already
purchase Amazon businesses.
They already have the systems, employees, and everything
the money.
Place. So they'll take your business. They'll plug it in. And when we're talking about these businesses that buy these, we're talking about businesses that make tens, 20s, 30, hundreds of $1 million a year. These are big businesses.
It's pocket change to them.
And they manage and run several Amazon brands. They'll get a business like that, plug it into their systems where they have dedicated staff that do PPC, dedicated staff that do just listing.
Yeah.
You know, they're a big business, and they'll plug your smaller size business, even ours being a smaller size business for them, into their systems that they can just grow.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of these businesses, and where you can actually find these people that want to buy your Amazon business is there's a website called Flippa, FLIPPA.com, and there's also Empire Flippers, I believe.
And I'm sure there's a few more as well.
Yeah,
I've heard a few others.
more.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's definitely a few others where you can basically,
There's actually a
like selling a
Shopify
car or selling a house, you
marketplace.
put your business up for sale
Yeah, it's like
with all the
realestate.com,
attributes, with what you're doing,
but
and
for
then like
Amazon business.
people go on there and they just, oh, I like the look of this one. This would fit well into our company.
What you can do if
Take
you're
it.
watching this now is after this, jump onto flipper.com and actually you can scroll
Yeah.
through and see all of the Amazon businesses for sales. You'll need to sign up for an account to actually see most of the products and brands and stuff, but it's still inspiring and it's fascinating, and you'll see how much their multiplier is, how much they want. There's businesses selling for millions of dollars every day, every single day. Every single day. One of our friends sold her Amazon business recently for several $100,000. Congratulate. We won't dox her or say her name or what she was selling.
Yeah.
But she sold her Amazon business and now she's in Europe. So
Yeah. It's like, it's so exciting and hearing that, and it's just like, woohoo, we're rooting for her. How good.
So what else has been going on? I feel as if we're missing stuff.
We've been like, I don't know, from like a personal thing, I feel like, well, for me at least, I've been getting like super into my fitness more than anything the last year. I don't know if you guys saw me a year and a half ago, had a bit of a long moustache or whatever, and I was probably not like the healthiest I've ever been.
Was that a year ago? That was like at least 2 years
Nah,
ago.
a year ago I had a moustache.
Was that only a year ago when you had that?
Did I shave it just before
No,
Europe?
it was in
No, it was
Meriton.
longer than
Oh
a
wow,
year.
time goes way too
It
fast.
was way longer than a year.
But yeah, like obviously for me, I've been smashing my health, and I know we've been taking health, like we've always taken it seriously, but we're taking it up a notch. I think we've really, me and you have definitely taken it up.
What are you
The
trying to
next
say?
level.
That I'm not me and you.
Eric's
I don't know about him.
You've always been like for as long as I've known you, or the last 3 or 4 years, you've been really diligent. But me and Vron's have really
I
been
don't know,
stepping
man.
up
There's
a
been
notch.
some periods in the marathon when I wasn't very healthy. I was eating meat pies, building businesses. It's pretty rough.
Well, I guess I stand corrected. We've all stepped it up a notch with our health.
No, but it is
true.
true.
And it's made our work better.
I mean, we've all been always like pretty health conscious people, but we're all a lot healthier now in our diet. I think it's actually mainly around diet. I don't think anyone wants to hear about this though. I don't think anyone cares about our diet.
What I was actually going to say is like I think that something personally for us, as I said, like the last 18 months we have been either traveling or kind of floating between Adelaide and the Gold Coast, and as I said, like we've had the opportunity to create this lifestyle, and I think we're getting to a point where, you know, dare I say it, is that we're kind of outgrowing the nomad type.
Yeah, we
working
want
in a
to settle down
cafe
a bit,
wherever
don't
we
we?
went. Yeah, we kind of want to settle down, and instead of
Getting
traveling
that balance,
about,
I
just
think.
going. No, I don't think it's a balance. I think it's just like a different place where we're at. Like in terms of like, I just want my Broadbeach apartment over the ocean. I want my
And like
G-Wagon
little
there, and then I
trips
want to go on
away.
a holiday. You know, every 6 weeks, go on like a 2-week holiday. Like voila, that's what I'm envisioning every
Holiday.
morning.
I want those holiday houses. I want them in the little areas. I want talking about one in Japan maybe. Nah, I really want to go to Japan. Itching to go snowboarding on the next holiday.
It's coming up in February. We'll get there.
Can't
We'll get
wait.
there.
Can't
But I
wait.
think that's actually
Yeah.
been one of our biggest in terms of like lifestyle reflections of, you know, where we are right now. Like, as I said, we're in Bali, and what we have very much like acknowledge is like, you know, going on holidays and traveling is amazing. But I think for all of us, we've acknowledged that, you know, Australia is home, and the quality of life in Australia.
has the best food, that's for sure,
Yeah.
by far. And I think a message that just came up for me is that health really is the ultimate wealth. Like, you're building this Amazon business and stuff, great, but like, make sure you are taking care of your health, because it'll actually increase your wealth too, because you operate better, you're sharper, you feel better about yourself, your identity shifts into someone who's fit and healthy, the way that you walk into rooms changes, your aura is different, you shine better, your skin's better, you perform better in every aspect of life. Like, health really is wealth. And someone said this to me the other day, usually you have 200 problems, but when you're sick, you only have one. And
I said that. Can I do it? It's
yeah,
like,
can you say it properly?
so
I probably butchered that.
you butchered it a little bit. So an average person has 200 wishes.
200 wishes.
However, a sick person only has one wish.
Yeah.
And it's...
So there's no point having like money and all this outside success if you don't have like your own vessel operating at a high level. Like I look, I'm not a judgmental person, but if I see someone super fat...
But I would judge you.
No. But if I see someone super fat in like a Lambo, I'm like, I don't care. It's not impressive. It's not cool. It's like, cool, you have a Lambo, but what about your own Lambo? Your body is your Lambo. Why are you fat? Like, come on. Like, health is more important than any other external like success.
And that's why, like, when I started with the whole thing about like we've all stepped it up a gear, it's also because of where we are in business, and we need that like we need to be healthy to achieve more.
Yeah, and also our brand is literally in optimal health.
Yeah,
and we reflect our brand, but it's because we love it.
Yeah,
we really love it.
To perform,
we really live
like
and breathe it.
To perform, like you want to be able to like show off your brand and be like the face when you're talking about it, because it is in that optimal health scene, but also just like the energy levels of getting work done. Like it's so important, so important.
Yeah, and this is probably taking the conversation in a different direction, but I also wanted to like touch on like our age. And I feel like even more, like Chris and I often have this conversation. Eric's a little bit denial that he's almost 30. But,
no, I've accepted it now.
I've
accepted it. It's cool.
I think it's like, it's like now even more like, I don't like I can't even put it into words like how it just like if you keep on in your Ikigai book that you were reading when we were traveling, is like if you stay active you will want to live 100 years.
Yeah.
And I feel
that's like a Japanese health book.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just a Japanese book about blue zones, just about living for long times. Ikigai, it's finding a purpose and doing activities to live longer.
But it's in these zones how people like obviously we talk about like if you stay active like you will live longer, but I don't think people actually grasp it. And I think that people around us, like, you know, you get to 30 and there's like this steep drop off, and it's like where did all the like everything that you did during a teenager or early, like in your 20s, like you were fit, active, you were participating in the sports, and then for some reason people drop off, and that's when I think like you look at people and like, wow, like you're old.
Yeah.
Like there's just like this flip, and the people that I think that, you know, we're in Bali, we're going to a gym called Wrong Gym. Everyone is everyone is in like their 30s, and a majority of people there, I would say 85% of people, they're in excellent shape, and you wouldn't say that they're like in their 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
There's a statistic. It's like 1% of people, less than 1% of people ever sprint again after the age of 30.
Yeah, you love this one.
It makes me think. Me up at night sometimes. I'm like, I'll wake up, less than 1%.
I said I was going to do
when we do sprints at the gym on those treadmills,
I
think about that.
I'm like,
I've overdue some sprints after this.
I want to just like change the topic a little bit, because we've mentioned a few times we're in Bali now, but we didn't just plan to come to Bali to shoot a podcast, or like we're just like, oh, we're in Australia, we're going to go for Bali for a holiday. We were in Thailand a few weeks back. We were there for our honeymoon, me and Veronica. Eric came over for a bit, and then we just decided, okay, let's go to Bali. And now we've been here, 4 weeks? We're in Thailand.
It's a month, and tomorrow we're going to Singapore.
Yeah, so it's just like, I just want to reflect on that and being like, we didn't just come here to do a little podcast and shoot over for a little holiday. We're still traveling and doing this business, building this business, talking about exiting, doing Conquer. And like, we're still doing it together all over the world.
We're here, but we're still building our business. We're not even like, oh, we're just maintaining, and like we're building it. Because also reality is that a lot of people forget, like, if your business isn't growing, it's dying, because all the competition is growing. So if your business just there's no such thing as maintenance in business. Maintenance is literally growth, and you have to always be growing. So we're here and we're actively working and growing our business whilst living like the typical digital nomad. Let's go to the cafe and have like a nice juice and like a laptop, like life. Yeah. Which is good for some people, not good for others. I like my own workspace. I'm not like that. Veronica likes the cafe.
I'm happy to be there.
Yeah, and it's a cool life, isn't it? Like there's so many like digital nomads and like business people and like laptop entrepreneurs. You know what? We've never met other Amazon sellers though. I've met guys in crypto, met people in crypto, lots of e-com.
Yeah, and Amazon especially.
Never met any other Amazon people.
Especially in Australia. Like, I've never met anyone in Australia.
We're rare. It goes to show how rare we are.
Yeah.
So everyone else who's watching this becoming Amazon sellers and being Amazon sellers,
part
well,
of the
rare
crew.
breed.
You're part of the rare crew.
This is really an elite 1% family.
Yeah.
It is, and it highlights as well. Like we know that Amazon Australia is going through the roof, but really the competition. The last time I checked, there was only 14,000 sellers. 14,000 sellers,
and it just reminds.
And we've got like a large percentage now.
It reminds me,
community.
everyone is still busy trying to figure out outdated drop shipping.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still busy doing drop shipping. Oh, but I want to catch this crypto bull run. That people still aren't even fathoming the Amazon Australia opportunity. And
No,
we've
they're
made
not
500K in sales in the last year in Amazon Australia.
Yeah.
We made a doctor's wage in profit in the last year in Amazon Australia. Meanwhile, everyone's like, oh, I still want to try drop shipping.
For selling products while we've been traveling.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're watching this, like, you're early. You're so early.
You are.
You're so early.
And we sometimes forget that in our own little circle because we live and breathe and we're talking about it. But then it is like coming to Bali, you're right, coming to Bali or just traveling Thailand, Bali and talking to people and them asking us like, they're intrigued and want to know what we do. Amazon, and yeah, you're right. I haven't met anyone that talks about Amazon, but they are very generally, they're all interested. Like, oh, how does some of them don't even know how it works
fascinated by it.
Some people still don't even know how FBA works and how like they're like, oh wait, so you don't have to have your own warehouse.
And now my friend today messaged me like, hey, let's start an Amazon business. Like,
yeah.
And they learn about it and they see how it works and how lucrative it is. They're like,
it's crazy. So that's kind of like what we've been up to. The last year's been a ride. It's been a great ride.
What's next?
What's next? What's next for us?
What is next? Yeah. Where are we off to? So like, what are our plans? We're going to do another month.
Well, we're going to China. We're going to go.
So
the next big trip. Or we're going to go back to Australia for a little bit.
We're back to Australia. We've got a
for 2
shoot
months,
to do for our brand.
Yeah. So we've firstly we've locked in. Well, me and Veronica have definitely locked in a couple of months here. Eric might stay a month too.
Well, I've got another month here minimum.
Yeah. So end of September.
And we'll see.
End of
I'm not a
August.
person that likes to plan very rigorously. I'm very intuitive with how I feel in the moment. So I'm not stressing. I'll end up where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, maybe another month.
So you're here at least minimum end of the month. Me and Verona's going to stay a little bit longer, 2 months, and then back to Australia for a little bit. We've got some photo shoots to do for the brand, new products coming out, so we've got some new photos. Yep. And then we're going to China to go meet our suppliers, to go meet our freight forwarders, which we're super excited. And also go to the Canton Fair.
Yeah, we're going to Canton Fair.
Which is where you find so many
and people
good
might be
ideas
wondering, why are you going to China? Do you have to meet your suppliers? Guys, we've been selling on Amazon since 2018. We've been to China once. We've never met our suppliers. Like
we've wanted to,
but it's not
a necessity.
It's not a necessity at all.
No.
But right now we thought it was the right time just because, to be honest with you, mainly because I think that it's just a cool experience.
I think a lot of the time, like, you go over there because you want to renegotiate and all this sort of stuff. But we just talk about we're going to exit the business. So we just want to go there to meet them and still have our relationships. Maybe we get products similar or something in the future or something else. Or they know someone. We want to hold our relationships. Meet who we've been doing business with for the last couple of years.
Shake hands and just have some chats with the people that we've been spending a lot of money. These mysterious people that we've been wiring several hundreds of thousands of dollars to over in China. Let's meet them, shake their hands.
And then also Canton Fair, which for you guys, if you haven't heard about Canton, I know you guys have, but for our students and people watching this, Canton Fair is a massive fair where there is just so many products on display. Every supplier, everyone's just showing off what they've got, and you can go there and find so many ideas. And we're excited because obviously we're thinking always the next launch, whatever we can do next, and also to see if we can improve on our current range. So Canton Fair is going to be really, I think, exciting.
China will be cool. So we'll probably do like 10 days in China.
Yeah.
Maybe see the Great Wall of China, see Beijing.
And then we got to really lock in for the Q4 period.
Yeah,
which
then it's November, which is the biggest month of the year. Last year in November, we did $347,000 in sales, which is our biggest month to date. Mm-hmm. And we're looking to exponentially do more this time around. And then December's Christmas.
Yeah. And that's it.
And then that's, in the new year where the business... So this is back to where we kind of started with selling the business. We'll have those really peak numbers, and it's best to sell your business at a peak.
Yeah, exactly right.
If we don't want to keep...
And I need to wrap it up there.
So I was saying that in January, we'll have another podcast and we'll see how we sold the business.
But there'll probably be like little ones in
There'll be little ones in it.
Yeah.
But that's our life update. We've got to go. We've got red lights and text messages.
Awesome.
And the door's opening. Peace.
See you later.
Peace.